In immune system, T cells acts as body's molecular police, as they have ability to recognize and find out normal cells, infected cells, and even cancerous cells. But the question is how T cells identify all these cells. The answer is all cells have tiny biological ID card called as MHC, that is major histocompatibility complex. In this video I am going to discuss role of MHC in immune system and I will cover important one-liner for NEET. Welcome to SK Biology. Major histocompatibility complex, that is MHC, is a group of highly polymorphic genes that codes for cell surface proteins responsible for antigen presentation to T lymphocytes. In humans, these molecules are called as human leukocyte antigen, that is HLA, important for NEET. These MHC genes are located on chromosome 6 in humans. Now comes the most important part for NEET. There are 3 classes of MHC molecules, but only 2 actually presents antigen. Can you guess which class does not participate in antigen presentation? Let us find out. MHC class 1 is the first class of MHC molecule. These class 1 molecules are present on all nucleated cells of the body. Remember that red blood cells do not have nuclei, so they do not express MHC1 molecule. In this image, you can see structure of class 1 MHC molecule, which contains 3 alpha chain and 1 beta microglobulin. The antigenic peptide is represented at the tip of MHC molecule. MHC1 presents endogenous antigen. Endogenous means antigens produced inside the cell. For example, viral proteins, tumor proteins, etc. These are recognized by CD8 plus cytotoxic T cells. MHC1 molecule mainly function in detection of virus infected cells and abnormal cells. The peptide binding is at alpha 1 and alpha 2 domain of the MHC structure. This MHC1 molecules has major role in transplantation, graft acceptance or rejection. This is the memory trick to remember MHC class 1 molecule. MHC1 all nucleated cells, endogenous antigen, which is recognized by CD8 plus T cells. Class 1 shows what is happening inside cell. But what about bacteria that remain outside cells? For that, the immune system uses another system. That system is MHC class 2 molecules. MHC2 only present on antigen presenting cells like macrophages, dendritic cells and B lymphocyte. This is the structure of MHC2 class of molecules. It contains 2 alpha chain and 2 beta chain. Antigenic peptide is represented at the tip of MHC2 molecule. Antigenic source for MHC2 molecule is exogenous antigen, meaning antigen that enter from outside the cell. These are recognized by CD4 plus helper T cells. The main function of class 2 molecule is they activate helper T cells and initiates immune response. The peptide binding group is made up of alpha 1 and beta 1 domain. These class of molecules are also having role in transplantation, that is graft acceptance or rejection. Memory trick for MHC class 2. MHC2 APCs only, exogenous antigen which is recognized by CD4 plus T cells. Now remember the question I asked earlier. Which class does not present antigen? The answer is MHC class 3. They produces immune proteins such as complement proteins or certain cytokines. The memory trick is MHC3 immune proteins and not antigen presentation. Now let's summarize why MHC is so important by discussing their important functions. The function 1 is antigen presentation, which shows antigen fragments to T cells and activates immune response. Second function is self versus non-self recognition. It helps immune cells to distinguish body cell from foreign invaders, then destroy only foreign cells. Third function is initiation of immune response, which activates T cells and starts adaptive immunity. The fourth function is transplant rejection. Differences in MHC molecules are a major reason for organ transplant rejection. So, whenever you hear transplant rejection, immediately think of MHC mismatch. This single table can answer multiple NEET questions where I have represented MHC1 and MHC2 class of molecules and their distinguished features. Remember that MHC molecules are the communication bridge between antigens and T cells. Without MHC, our immune system would be blind to infections.